and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Abigail Carmelim bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. Last October 3rd, Carlos Gonzalez, mayor of the city of Elche in the Valencian Autonomous Community, informed the rector of the local Salesian work, Father Miguel Gambin SDP, that the city council decided to award the city's silver medal to the sons of Don Bosco on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of their vocational training center's creation and in recognition of their long-standing work on behalf of the education of the city's youth, especially in the field of vocational training. The award was then presented to the Salesians on October 9th in the city's Grand Theatre. This acknowledgement is an official expression of something that is fluctuating in the air, commented Father Gambin. Salesian work is well known in Elche and throughout its 50-year history has had a positive influence on the city. In most companies, there are past pupils who fondly remember the years they spent in the classrooms and workshops. This recognition should be shared with all the people who have been involved in this project of Salesian work in Elche, starting with the Salesian pioneers of the first difficult years to all the teachers, administrative and service staff, and the many friends we have in Elche society. The celebration of the 50th anniversary of the existence of the institute dedicated to Saint Joseph the Craftsman was a good time to remember this life history, he added further. When Salesian missionaries arrived in Nigeria in 1982, they soon realized that the phenomenon of children and young people living on the streets was widespread. Even today, many young people roam the streets of big cities looking for something to eat or to do odd jobs, and there are also those who are forced to steal to feed themselves. The Bosco Boys Home program is a one-stop shop for street boys who want to change their lives. Their minors can resume their education, learn a trade and, if possible, return to the families of origin. Adeyi is a 14-year-old boy who lived in Ogbomoso, a town in southwestern Nigeria. He lost his mother when he was very young, grew up with his uncle, but inside the home he suffered all kinds of abuse. This terrible situation led him to run away from there and survive on the streets. He has worked several jobs since arriving in Lagos, the country's largest city. I used to sell water and cookies. I often went to help people sell drinking water, but street children are given very little money. I was mistreated, but when I met the Salesians, everything changed, he says. Asanam instead is 15 years old. He too ran away from home after being mistreated by his family. On the street, I didn't know where to sleep. I met some boys who had also run away from their families, and I was begging so I could have something to eat. But life on the street is very difficult and you have to always be careful. It is a hard life and only the strongest survive, he records. I felt discouraged and lost until I came to the Bosco Boys Home Center, where I realized that life could be different. On Sunday, October 2nd, Salesians from the Australia Pacific AUL Mary Help of Christians province celebrated the blessing of the Marian Shrine in honor of a Lady of Lords at the Salesian Parish in Brunswick, a suburb of Melbourne. The long-awaited event enriches the already vibrant parish community with a new element. Slowed for 2 years due to the pandemic and the long months of lockdown imposed in Victoria, the Shrine of Our Lady of Lords has finally been completed. To mark the occasion, the entire parish communities of faithful of Italian and Vietnamese origin, friends and supporters gathered in front of the shrine with Father Peter Huang SDB, vicar of AUL, and the other priests, religious who had come to celebrate the blessing ceremony of the statue of Our Lady. On Sunday, October 9, the canonization of the new Salesian saint Artemides Zati was celebrated in the oratory of the Santa Cecilia Institute, Chaleco. The day began with the celebration of the Eucharist, followed by a welcome to participants from the Oratorio Ciudad de la Don Bosco Soyapango. Then former Oratorians and cooperating Salesians from Centro Chaleco offered refreshments. For their part, young people from the EGE program organized soccer, volleyball and basketball, games, birthday parties and games for the younger children. After these activities, parents from the EPAE Chaleco group provided lunch for the Oratorians. After 123 years of the intercession of Saint Louis Gonzaga, the Chaleco Oratory changed its name in honor of the new Salesian saint, becoming Saint Artemides Zati Salesian Oratory. More than 100 people of all ages participated in the bicycle caravan in honor of the canonization of Salesian coadjutor Saint Artemides Zati. The bicycle caravan was organized by the Salesian parish of Sant Benedetto in Palermo. Participants rode through the main streets of the municipality, starting from the parish to the Candelaria neighborhood, where the medical clinic, a work of the Salesians named after Artemides Zati, is located. Father Miguel Gorgio opened the event with his blessing to the participants. At the end of the caravan, a plaque commemorating Saint Artemides Zati, placed in the medical clinic, was unveiled. Father Francisco Hernandez, head of the Salesian community, thanked all participants and collaborators who made the event possible. Co-worker Miriam Dubon, who has been serving since the medical dispensary was founded, offered her testimony. I have long dreamed of this day when God grants us to have a new saint through Zati, whom I admire so much and to whom we have dedicated our dispensary, where precisely so many low-income people are treated. I thank God because Zati is an example of care and mercy towards others for those like us who serve in the dispensary. At the end of the activity, a small snack was distributed and a bicycle was raffled off, remembering the means of transportation Zati used to reach his patients. So viewers, with that we have come to the end of today's edition. Till we meet again, thank you for joining us.